Hey guys, welcome back. Today I decided to make this video and to talk about tariffs. Yeah. Now I'm physically in Japan handling my business stuff, and just nice it's cherry blossom, so I decided to just film here. And the fucking Japanese barber did my hair dirty, so don't mind my hair. Maybe I look better with a shade. Or maybe I do this. So Trump has been imposing tariffs on other nations, and other nations has been retaliating. What most people don't understand about tariffs is it is not nations who pay the tariffs, it is importers who do so. So say for example, I import and export whiskey, I pay alcohol taxes. For these alcohol taxes to be increased, right, I as the importer bear the cost. And if I can't make a profit or margin on these imports, I will pass this on to the consumer. Same for Costco, same for any supermarket, groceries, any imports, any steel import, If businesses that import these things cannot make a margin, they will pass it to the local consumer. And what this does is that it creates what we call inflation. So my guess for what Trump is really doing, I think it is a high probability, not definite, that what it's trying to do is to cause inflation on US alone. And what this does is that businesses will have hard time making profits because people are not incentivized to spend because everything is so expensive. And businesses will make less profits, there will be less hiring, and this is what will cause a recession. So my best guess is that he's trying to cause a recession to force Federal Reserve to lower the interest rate so that they can better finance their US debt. Right, they are in 36.7 trillion of debt. Just a 4% interest alone is like trillions of dollars. It's like 1 point something trillion of interest payable per year. In my perspective, other than causing a recession, to force Federal Reserve to lower the interest rate so that they can better finance their debt, the second thing he's trying to do is to answer for this trade deficit, to use tariffs as a leverage to pull all these other nations to a renegotiating table. And if you see what I see, it has really played out that way. Like the US bonds, the price are rising, the yield are falling so that they can better finance their debt. Investors all around the world have been dumping the main reserve currency, the US dollar, and then they have been flocking into the other kind of alternatives. The other alternatives are the euros, the Japanese yen. The euros made up about 20% of reserve currency, and Japanese yen make up about 5%. And if you follow my OptionTenX Instagram, it's the options team page. I've actually told my audience there for the past 2 weeks that yen is strengthening. For me, I've been abusing the weak yen for the past 3 years, SGD was very strong against yen. I've been abusing the weak yen, using my strong Singapore dollars, converting to a lot of weak Japanese yen, and using that weak Japanese yen to buy cheap Japanese whiskies that are famous around the world, and I export it to the whole world. And right now the trend has reversed. Japanese yen is strengthening because US dollars are weakening and investors are flocking into Japanese yen. So knowing this, what can you do, First, you can trade FX market. You can buy Japanese yen, and there is a lot of pips movement. It's very volatile. You can make a lot of money from that. The second thing I will do is understand the relationship between a nation's currency and a nation's index. So say for example, what would a weak US dollar do to the Standard & Poor 500? What would a strong Japanese yen do to the Nikkei index? And from there, I identify the best companies I can buy or sell. We know right now it's not going to be easy. Let me tell you and explain to you why our Prime Minister Lawrence Wong is so worried about Singapore's future. Singapore's main sector is to bank the whole world, is to do banking and finance for the whole world. The money flows into Singapore, and you look at our geography, the Straits Times, right? We are responsible for all the maritime logistics, the refinery and all that. Our country benefit from a strong currency, a world that trades globally. Global trades with low tariffs, we can use our strong Singapore dollars to buy all these cheap exports and import it to our country, right? So a world with high tariffs is not good for Singapore. People will be forced to trade regionally. This of course reduces globalization and we become a multipolar world. Things become increasingly expensive as a country that relies on a strong currency for importing of goods and services. So as I see this trend unfolding towards a multipolar world, it threatens our national security. So that is why I say what I say. And it seems like it's going to be a hard time ahead. And you guys that live a soft life, you might want to toughen up a little bit. Okay, this will be a quick video. For those who don't know, I've set up an options team page, and I will mainly post there. I would not have time to do long form video because I travel around. I need time to edit. So the fastest way for me to reach you is through this options team page where I can just open Insta story and then I just have no edit. I'll just say what I need to say. And this is the best way for me to reach you. Go to my OptionTenX team page. I'll link the link down below. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.